Morning all. Just a quick video this morning. I did get some screen capture software. I realise it's already on Windows 10, but it makes my voice sound like a Dalek, so I'm going to work on that. But just wanted to show you really quickly the two graphs that you were looking at on Tuesday and Wednesday last week. Most of you that sent me the work got the answers absolutely right. Obviously, looking at the distribution of income in households, the poorest, the lowest income quintile groups up to the third one, they actually benefit from the tax and welfare system. So the dark blue line is their original income, the light blue line is what they end up with. So the lower their original income, the greater the difference is. So they're getting more benefits there. And they're probably not being taxed much, if at all, because they're obviously not earning above the tax-free allowance. Once you get to the fourth and fifth quintiles, obviously the fifth quintile, the original income was considerably higher. So we're looking at almost £1,600 a week. But they're actually taking home about £1,150 a week. So they're losing a considerable amount of money there in terms of tax revenue. Generally, it makes households a tiny bit worse off if you were to average it out across all households. It's obviously good for the people at this end. It's helping out the most vulnerable in society, but it's possibly not so good for people at this end. Now, we talked later on about how that would affect the economy. How it's good, this would benefit the economy, but this could perhaps worsen it. And it's for ideas like brain drain, where the rich people who are considered to be the most skilled, but obviously at the moment we're seeing that the people that we need the most in the economy aren't the ones that are earning the most money. But the skilled people would leave the economy maybe and they go somewhere else. So that's called brain drain because of the taxation system. It could also encourage it could encourage people to avoid paying tax, to move the money out of the country. You can do that legally, if immorally, in some cases. It could encourage people to maybe not work as hard. So if you're going to get taxed but for earning a lot of money, why don't you just work less and earn less money? So then maybe the country would be less productive. So it does have some negatives. I'm going to put together a written response to the kind of debate question. So I'll email that all out to you with this link. This just backed up again the idea that the lower income households are leading, that they get a net increase in income from tax and benefits, and the higher income households get a net decrease in income. So if you look at this kind of lighter pink one, you're looking at direct taxes, which is like income tax. So they're paying a big percentage of income tax compared to the lower income households, obviously much lower. The indirect taxes, if you look at these, they only go up very gradually. So like VAT, people paying a decent chunk of VAT, even when they're low income households. So that's why it's a regressive tax, because it's hitting these people much harder than it's hitting these people. The other things to look at, obviously the benefits in kind, which we mentioned, they're all very similar. It's only when you get to the top that people aren't getting the same amount of benefits in kind, like the NHS and education. And that, some of you quite rightly analysed, is because they're maybe sending their children to private schools, so they're not getting the benefit of state education, and they're maybe getting private healthcare as well, either through themselves or through employment contracts where they get private healthcare. So they're maybe not getting as many benefits in kind, but it's not a massive difference really. The rest of them are all very similar. Cash benefits, obviously, much lower for those that are higher income. Interestingly, the cash benefits seem to be higher for the second quintile. That could possibly be explained by in-work benefits. So it's possible that the people in the lowest quintile aren't working, which is why they're the poorest. These people might be working, but getting some sort of in-work benefits, so like childcare allowance and things like that, that are only available to people who are in work, to encourage people to be in work. So that could explain the difference as to why these people get more cash benefits than these, perhaps. Okay, so I'm going to put together a written answer for the debate, and I'll send that over to you with this link. Take care.